So I'm going to review some social media funnels with you that you can use with Pinterest. The first one is a strategy that I use to get automated leads with Pinterest, and you can use the same strategy though for Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and basically that's to create some kind of lead magnet freebie that that people want. It's usually solving some kind of problem, and it's a way so that somebody who's your ideal client knows that you have the solution to their problem. So you would create that freebie lead magnet. Now I create mine in Canva. You can, get really fancy and create something like in Photoshop or InDesign, but Canva works just fine. You create some kind of lead magnet, and that is usually attached to a blog post. You can use just a simple opt-in page, and I like to use lead pages for my pages, and I like the look of lead pages like pop-up boxes. So for Pinterest really likes when you send traffic to a blog post. You would create a blog post with the freebie opt-in page. You would send traffic from Pinterest or from social media like Facebook, LinkedIn to that blog post. You would then create like 3 to 6 images. Those are the Pinterest size images, but you would create some different images for Pinterest because you never know what image somebody is going to be attracted to or what they're gonna like. So you create different looks and colors just to see like what stands out for people. And then you post those images to Pinterest. Now I'm going to show you a quick look at one of my pins that went really viral, and just to show you the power that Pinterest can have. So this was one of my pins. Pinterest is a search engine, and people are going on there to solve problems. They're searching for how to lose weight, how to, organize my house. And so this one was a healthy eating type pin. And I pinned it last year, February 20th, 2017. And since then, over 500,000 people have seen this pin. After somebody, they see that your pin on Pinterest and they come over to your blog post, then what you need to do is obviously send them the freebie, and you can do that with your email autoresponder, or you can do that like with a chatbot. Chatbots have gotten super popular lately. I just encourage people to not overuse a chatbot and know the right way to do it. Then you can start people on some kind of email nurture sequence. I encourage you to always be thinking about what's in it for the person reading your email and how you can provide value and build up a relationship over a series of days. Don't just send emails to send them. What I would do from there is you could then either send them, once they opt in, that thank you page that you send somebody to before they check their email is a good opportunity to either send them to maybe your resource list or one of your favorite blog posts or a limited time offer. So you might see, when you've signed into sales funnels where you're presented with an offer that you kind of have a countdown timer and you have to grab it really fast. That's a way that you can start making money from your funnel. Or otherwise, people might send you to like a webinar or a sales video, which then flows into a sales page. Really nowadays video is getting to be so powerful. And so that's the first funnel. That's what I basically use for Pinterest and all my other social medias, is basically to have one place or be filtering people into one funnel that leads to maybe your one main product. And maybe you have different lead magnets, but they all can flow into one product while you're starting. And then over time, as you introduce more products, you can have more sales funnels. So that's the one I use the most for Pinterest. And I have a couple other funnels here because people have different types of businesses. And this would be a local business. So I watched a video training with Pinterest last week, and I was pretty surprised that they do say that Pinterest works well for local business. You just have to make sure you use the right keywords. Have some kind of landing page with some irresistible offer like a coupon, and you can get somebody to come to that page and send them the coupon by an email, or chatbots are really popular, like I said before. And then send them an email follow-up sequence, and then point them like to their website to make an appointment, or to actually use the coupon right away. Have some incentive to get them to come in and use it, because what you're fighting with a lot of times is not necessarily your competition. A lot of times you're fighting with people doing absolutely nothing because everyone is so crowded and busy on social media. So how can you get somebody to use that freebie or that coupon right away for local business? And obviously for local business, you should always really focus on SEO and reviews that get you in the 3-pack on Google, and just, you know, improving your search ranking, and, you know, from links to other sites and stuff like that. So that's a local business funnel. And the last funnel that I'm going to show you today is the coaching funnel. This is similar to the first funnel. However, what I would do is, instead of sending somebody, you know, to like a webinar, maybe send them to a quick video training, and then send them to your discovery call. So every email should always be like providing value, and again, what's in it for them, not just all about you. So those are the 3 funnels examples, and I'm going to post a link where you can download these funnels if you want, so that you can look at them a little bit closer and just have a bigger picture of how Pinterest can flow into a sales funnel strategy. And really, when it comes to a funnel, it's not just Pinterest. I mean, I'm going to go through Pinterest in this training, but it's always like, how can you send everybody from social media to one spot that's kind of easy for you to maintain and keep your sanity and just not take too much time every week. Like I put my Instagram URL also kind of leads people into the same sales funnel. I watched a training last week, and I have a Pinterest update, and this is just a blog post I created that has everything that Pinterest has changed in the last update. Now, like every other social media, Pinterest is doing a lot of updates. They are very interested in creating a good relationship between content creators and Pinterest, because you know that like sometimes people say, you know, Facebook, it's a pay to play, but Pinterest very much realizes that, you know, they want to keep people on Pinterest. And in order to do that, they need content creators like us, or, you know, bloggers. They need them to put content on Pinterest. And it has to be like, you know, us content creators, we know how to create, you know, good pins, or we learn how to create good pins, and that gives better content for people on Pinterest. So they realize that it's a really good relationship. And I thought that was great, because Pinterest is one of the only places now where they have like 200 million people that sign on to Pinterest every month. And if you do a Pinterest strategy right, that pin can actually be pulled into Google, which makes it even more powerful. I know a lot of people, maybe they just focus on Pinterest, but I don't just focus on one platform, because I don't want one platform to have that much power. What I do like is to have a really good sales funnel process, so that, you know, I'm getting traffic from Pinterest and Instagram and everybody. It's not just because you'll find people that have way more traffic than me on Pinterest. However, my strategy is like to have it dialed down so that they're going through a good funnel. They did confirm that Pinterest is really big on keywords, and you should have keywords in your profile name. You know, like I have work from home or how to start a blog. And then if you have your description here, you know, you have good keywords. And they recommended the best place to look for a good Pinterest keyword is when you type up here. And if you just type like how to, so this stuff pops up, how to lose weight fast. So you would know that that is something that somebody is coming to Pinterest to look for. This is like how to grow your hair faster, how to curl your hair, how to get a boyfriend. So all of these things people are searching for on Pinterest. This is what a pin looks like. And then there's also boards. And so people can subscribe and follow you as a pinner, and they can also follow boards. So to really maximize the traffic that you're getting from Pinterest, you want to have, your pins with good keywords in your bio, your description, and your boards. So Pinterest uses those keywords as a whole to realize that if somebody types how to lose weight in the search bar, what pins to show them. Once you have, your account set up and looking good, then you can ask people if you can join their group board. And the beauty of it is, like, this one has like 22,000 followers. And Pinterest did confirm that there was times when the follower, like, somebody didn't necessarily have to follow you to see a pin, but now the follower count is back to being significant. So if somebody follows you, there's a way that your pins will show up for them where, Pinterest was kind of up and down whether or not followers really mattered. You put one of your pins on this group board, it has the potential to get in front of a lot more people. And that is how I got that pin to go very viral. It was a very good group board, and then it just started sharing over and over. The other things that I use are scheduling tools, which is Tailwind and Board Booster. So I actually use both. I didn't start out using both. I started out just using Tailwind. And I think about this time last year, I kind of got a little bit discouraged on just how much time it still was taking on Tailwind. Tailwind helps you schedule out your pins over time so that you're not constantly like logging into Pinterest and pinning. And it can be like super time consuming. And so Tailwind helps you schedule out over time. And one thing that was also super exciting about what that interview showed is that there was some debate about whether or not Pinterest cared if you used a scheduler or not. And there was, big debate in the Pinterest world about, if you should manually pin or you should schedule pins or both. And Pinterest confirmed that to them, there was no difference. And I thought that was awesome. I was so excited to hear that little bit of information because personally, I don't want to be on Pinterest all day scheduling pins. I just don't find it that exciting. So I love using the scheduling tools. So what I do is when I create a pin in a blog post, like this post I'll share with you because this has all the updates that they did recently. Add this to my blog post and then I schedule it so that every day it goes out to different group boards over a series of probably like a month because I'm in so many group boards. So, Pinterest it's not really, people, your target market is on Pinterest at different times. So you don't necessarily want to pin it to 30 group boards all in 1 second because that just, it's only going to hit somebody that's like on Pinterest soon. And so if you do it over a series of days, then it has more potential to get in front of ideal customers and it doesn't look like you're just spamming Pinterest with your pin. Now Tailwind also has what's known as Tailwind Tribes, and that's where you can just have other people helping to share content with you. So I would submit this pin to a Tailwind tribe and there would be a group of us that we would agree to pin each other's pins. And most tribes have rules where you should, if you pin one pin of yours, you should also repin someone else's pin. So that's how you can also get your pin out there to more people. And there's similar strategies with like Instagram. There's Instagram pods or something where people all agree to comment on each other's Instagram account. And there's just power in more people helping each other. And so I use Tailwind, and then I also do use Board Booster. I found that Tailwind on its own still was super time consuming. But Board Booster also has a tribe feature, but you can set it up that it pretty much does it on autopilot. And there's not a way that I know of that Tailwind Tribes is automatic. And so there does take time for you to go in there and repin other pins. Where Board Booster, you can set it and forget it. Now you have to get into tribes where people are sharing quality pins, and some tribes will make you vote on the pins because what happens is it's automatically scheduled. So if you pin a pin to a tribe and I do, we both are like sending out the pin without ever touching it. And so it's super powerful to get your pins out there, but you know, you could be pinning bad content if somebody in the tribe is creating really bad pins. So I just loved now that Pinterest has confirmed it does not matter if you use schedulers or not, because it really does open up a world of being able to get traffic on autopilot. And then you're just creating traffic for free. So it's pretty great.